Mantra for purifying scenes of speech. Suri Suri Mahasuri Susuri Sabaha. Suri Suri Mahasuri Susuri Sabaha. Suri Suri Mahasuri Susuri Sabaha. Mantra for pacifying all deities in all directions. Namu Samanda Mostanam Dorodoro Jimi Sabaha. Namu Samanda Mostanam Dorodoro Jimi Sabaha. Namu Samanda Mostanam Dorodoro Jimi Sabaha. Mantra for purifying the universe. Om Nam, Om Nam, Om Nam. Verse for opening the sutra. The Buddha's dharma, highest, subtle, and profoundly deep, is difficult to encounter even in millions of eons. Now we are able to see, hear, and hold it. May we understand the true meaning of the Buddha's teaching. Mantra for opening the world of truth. Om Aranam Arada. Om Aranam Arada. Om Aranam Arada. Meditate deeply and calmly. You empty and let go of everything. The place of the radiant origin of life shines beautifully and mysteriously. A glorious golden light, the sacred mark between his brows of life, filling the entire world with your presence, shines and liberates everything. Kritrakuta mountain shines with joy. All beings are vivid and full of life. A divine rain of blessed flowers falls. Shrubs and trees dance on land. Oh, how great this revelation and wonder! We seek the law with a one mind, hands joined. Please expound the law with your delicate voice, and save all living beings with great compassion. All gathered at Kritrakuta shed tears. Gaze on the Buddha in meditation and vow, at one mind with joined hands. Please reveal the true form and expound the true law. As the Dharma King lighten the fate of creatures, as the Medicine King save the sick and suffering, please preach the marvelous Lotus Sutra and fill this land with the Buddha's blessing. The Buddha's great wisdom is so sacred, skillfully guides being with insight, leading to Buddha's wisdom one by one. Deluded beings follow the Buddha's light along their path. This law is so profound it cannot be easily understood. To see all things in this world as they truly are is to understand the law of the true nature. Only Buddhas can fully comprehend it. Arrogant ones thought they had attained wisdom to save them without sinking into evil swamp. He taught the Dharma at Shariputra's request. 5,000 arrogant ones then left the assembly. To illuminate the path of life's great cause, Buddha opens, shows, awakens, and guides, suiting the deluded and arrogant. Letting them hear Buddha's wisdom is great compassion. The purpose of Buddha coming to this world is because all people have the Buddha nature. Follow one vehicle discourse, become a Buddha. Teach and lead it clearly. Teaching of all things and true reality of all laws is the foundation of truth and the wisdom of the Buddha. Though the meaning differs for beings, the final goal is the Buddha's world. The world is ablaze with the flames of karma, and living beings indulge in their desires. The only way to save these foolish beings is through the gateway of the Buddha's wisdom. All people inherently possess Buddha nature. If they practice rightly, they'll become Buddhas. Hearing the Buddha's words, we are filled with joy. This way is the only happiness and hope. The creatures are released from trouble and chains. It is not perfect enlightenment, though they live in severe torture and suffering. Having a peaceful mind is the Buddha realm. To save children from a burning house, he skillfully promised them gift to get them out. Creatures are freed from suffering and led into the Buddha's embrace. The world of 5 desires is a burning house. Creatures are captivated by delusion. 3 vehicles are skillful means suited to beings. The cart pulled by a white ox is the Buddha's wisdom. The father who saves the children is the Buddha. The children are beings trapped in ignorance. The burning house is this world of suffering. Saving the children is the Buddha's compassion. When Buddha preached full of hope, the respected elders felt great joy. They saw Shariputra's bright future and knelt down happiness they could not hide. A young man left his home long ago. For 50 years he worked hard to live. His father searched for his missing son too, and in this town he became wealthy. The father always thought of his son. His house was filled with gold and silver treasures. News of his wealth spread far and wide. His business thrived and guests filled the door. The begging son arrived at his father's house. Overwhelmed by splendor, he fled in fright. The servants dragged the poor man back inside. The son cried out, then fainted from his plight. The servants, ill-favored, approached to him, but treated him as a friend. No harm was done. They revealed he was the father's long-lost son. The father, grateful, gave him all he'd won. The compassionate father is the enlightened one. The roaming son represents all beings. All belongings are the enlightened one's teachings. Endless practices make one become a Buddha. Just as plants and trees are countless, people's natures are vastly different. The enlightened one's wisdom is true, guiding all beings to Buddha's virtuous path. Though plants differ in their nature, rich water helps them all bloom. Creatures vary in their characters too, but Buddha's wisdom helps them grow. How pitiful are the suffering beings! To make them know and realize Buddha's wisdom, to lead them to the peaceful state of nirvana, this is Buddha's original vow, to save all beings. Buddha skillfully teaches the Dharma, adapting it to each being's nature. His heartfelt word leave a deep impression. Creatures are all impressed in tears. Just as rain nourishes mountains and plants, creatures delight in Buddha's teachings. His wisdom brings joy to all. His compassionate light purifies the defiled world. For beings exhausted by worldly affairs, he preaches the clear law in compassion. The law's one essence is freedom and nirvana, freeing beings from suffering. With his Buddha eye, he looked at a Mahakashyapa. In the future, you'll become an enlightened one. He worships 300 myriad kotis of jinas. He shall become a Buddha in a perfect bodhisattva way. Honored one, please tell us our destiny. Mahamadgalyayana subhuti mahakatyayana. Like a starving man rejoicing over food, we long to hear our future foretold. My disciple, Subhuti, shall become a Buddha. Subhuti rejoiced, his heart filled with bliss. With a pure, non-discriminating mind, Subhuti purifies creatures in all Buddha's field. Katyayana shall become a Buddha in the future. After he heard the marvelous voice of the Buddha, Katyayana shed tears of delight. Meeting the right teacher is the greatest happiness. Madgalyayana shall become a Buddha too. Buddha spoke these words in a gentle voice. Build a golden stupa and make offerings. Become a Buddha in a clean bodhisattva way. Buddha announced to the future destiny of disciples. Disseminate the law to creatures for eons. Dedicate his life to saving all beings. Become a cornerstone to build a Buddha world. The lotus preaching of Buddha is marvelous. Seeing all events of the eternal past. Knowing all happenings of the eternal future. It is passed on from eon to eon. When the great enlightened one, the Buddha, appears, all living beings discard their precious treasures, take off their pleasures, desires, and reputations. They seek out the Buddha and bow in reverence. For 20,000 eons, he preached the Lotus Sutra, continually preaches for 8,000 eons. 16 princes followed in his footsteps. The final preacher was I, Buddha Shakyamuni. The path to the treasure city is far away. After passing over rough roads, it is invisible. The tired men are afraid, so Buddha creates a magic city to give them respite. People are filled with joy and delight. At the beautiful, marvelous magic city, they find rest and enjoyment there. Pointing towards it, they eagerly go. Becoming a Buddha is extremely difficult. Buddha's wisdom is the precious treasure city. The Buddha appeases the tired creatures. See the treasure city and strive with courage. On hearing his future destiny, Purna rejoiced. Dying for the Dharma is the greatest blessing. Preaching the law modestly is Purna's merit. Purna kept it under Buddha in his previous life. In order to achieve the right law fervently, Purna faced weak creatures in an evil world. Though they tried to kill him with stones and swords, he never hesitated to spread Buddha's wisdom. He reached the mastership of the Bodhisattva inside. He showed the disciple outside. Though Purna taught a lesser vehicle skillfully, his true aim was the great vehicle to liberate all beings. Designating Kandinya and the 500 disciples, except those who had already left the assembly, the Buddha prophesied for all remaining disciples. They prostrate before the Buddha and shed tears. Though priceless germ within the man's garment is, like not knowing in blindfolding with desire, the eternal Buddha nature kept in mind. We know it through Buddha's preaching, till ending the previous, present, future life. Expound the Buddha wisdom for eternal eons. To spread the preaching of destiny without stopping is Buddha's duty and simultaneously our task. Gridrakuta mountain radiates and emits light. Disciples and arhats receive their future destiny, giving thanks and paying respect to the Buddha. Ananda and Rahula also wish for their predictions. Sobbing voices filled with deep emotion resound through heaven and earth full of life. My disciple, Ananda, shall become a Buddha. Receiving this prophecy, he sees his future with joy. Receiving prophecies in turn, all rejoice. Preach cause and effect and announce the destiny. Make an effort, you shall become a Buddha. This is the hope and glory for all living beings. My son Rahula will become a Buddha. Birth as a prince, it is the karma of his previous life. Rahula receives the inheritance of the Buddha law. It is merit that makes effort without rest. How are the 2,000 disciples? Ananda answers on the spot. They save all beings and the world, work for others, and are clever and excellent men. Buddha preaches the law in a quiet voice. You shall become a Buddha in the future world. 2,000 disciples who waited with anxious hearts cheer, dance, and rejoice. By Shajaraja, votary, listen carefully. Those who recite even one verse of the Lotus Sutra, or copy a single line and rejoice in it, will surely receive a prophecy and become a Buddha. If you criticize and hinder preachers, you will fall into a hell and be tortured. If you read, recite, and disseminate the true law, all wishes will be fulfilled and you will find joy. The true law is Buddha's secret teaching. This is highest sutra of all. It's the precious truth of all Buddhas. Therefore, preach it wonderfully and truthfully. The lotus preachers becomes the heart of Tathagata. The Buddha's large abode is charity. The Buddha's robe is patient endurance. The seat of the Buddha is reverence for emptiness. Even if someone attacks the preacher and unfairly criticized and blamed, they offer charity with a calm mind. Let them be patient, thinking of Buddha. Anyone who practices and spreads this Lotus Sutra, Buddha shows them a luminous body and always keep them company everywhere. Numerous Buddha's children shall protect them. A beautiful jeweled stupa, brilliant, rises in the sky from the earth below. Gods scatter flowers worshipping the stupa, filling the world with floral fragrances. The precious stupa speaks with a radiating light. Honorable, excellent Lord Shakyamuni, all creatures have Buddha nature equally. You've expounded the lotus of the true law. The Lord Prabhuta vows. Wherever the law is taught in the 10 directions, the precious stupa will rise and hear the law. It testifies to the Tathagata's true law. As beings wish to hear the Lotus Sutra, the Buddha releases a single ray of light. Countless billions of Buddha emanations, appearing everywhere preaching the Lotus Sutra. Prabhuta Buddha speaks with a loud voice. Virtuous and excellent Shakyamuni Buddha, you have joyfully preached the Lotus Sutra. Come here and be seated on the lion throne. Who will preach the Lotus Sutra in the Saha world? Now is the time to expound the Lotus Sutra. Where the sutra exists is the Buddha's pure land. Let us all become Dharma teachers and preach the Lotus Sutra. I gave up my crown to seek the Dharma, making offerings, searching for a wise teacher. I found one teaching the lotus of the true law. It was Devadatta himself, the seer I met. With Devadatta's help, I reached Buddhahood. Saving all beings is also due to the teacher's grace. You should rightly understand Devadatta. He shall become a Buddha, save beings. Manjushri and Bodhisattvas seated on lotuses rose from the palace of Naga King Sagara. In the Naga realm, they preached the true Dharma, educating beings and bodhisattvas there. The bright 80-year-old daughter of Sagara hears the lotus of the true law of Manjushri, delightedly keeps all Buddha's teachings and quickly becomes a Buddha, freeing all beings. People doubt the Buddha nature of the daughter. Shakyamuni addresses this with a smile. Through faith and practice of the Lotus Sutra, becoming a Buddha is swift and clear. The daughter becomes a Buddha and preaches it. All beings in the Vimala world find their destiny. Beings in the Saga world attain Bodhi. All beings are equal, all are Buddha's children. World-honored one, please don't worry, even if it is difficult to reform sentient beings in an evil world. Preach the sutra with great endurance. Write and spread the sutra fervently. Gautami and Yashodhara, don't worry. You'll become a bodhisattva way in Buddha's law. You'll become great preachers of the true law. You'll become Buddhas with 6,000 nuns. This world grows more and more outrageous. Beings become arrogant and haughty. We wish to expound the true law in all directions. O honored one, protect, defend, and guard us. Even if people insult and strike you, even if wicked crowds persecute and try to kill you, think of the Buddha and endure greatly. Widely preach the Lotus Sutra to save the world. Do not be alarmed by any attack. When you understand the Buddha's wisdom, your mind will be at peace. The world's most precious jewel is a mind at peace, free from profit and honor. Keep the law in the robe of forbearance. Even if Tirthikas reproaching the lotus believers, even if they flatter the power and persecute you, if you guard it with your life, you will triumph. Encountering the evil world in the last period, when trying to protect and spread the Lotus Sutra, practicing the 4 peaceful practices, is the mindset the Lotus practitioners must maintain. The gentle and harmonious practice of patience, a mind of universal equality, compassionate and following goodness, staying far from places of power and influence. Preach the true nature of all dharmas. Do not blame others and criticize the true law. Do not speak of preachers' merits or flaws. Abandon all resentment, curses, and dislikes. Preach with a peaceful mind. Abandon jealousy and flattery. Do not criticize or insult those seeking the Dharma. With a compassionate heart that gently protects, preach the Dharma equally to all beings. Laymen, monastic, and the Lotus believers, do not confront those who attack you. The Buddha law becomes strong at the end of time. Preach the true law patiently and truthfully. If there is the most precious treasure in this world, it's the Lotus Sutra, the sun-like wisdom of Buddha. It eliminates the 3 poisons from all people, and it lightens the darkness in this triple world. Bodhisattvas from other worlds wish to preach, but the Buddha immediately refuses. Those who will make the Saha world a pure land are the bodhisattvas living in the Saha world. Responding to the Buddha's call, they emerge countless great bodhisattvas. How glorious they are returning to the suffering beings. They practice the Lotus Sutra and save them. The 7-jeweled stupa floating in the sky, Prabhuta and Shakyamuni seated within. Many bodhisattvas emerging from underground make the 4 great vows before the Buddha. All creatures have already been educated. They've planted roots of goodness under Buddhas. On hearing my preaching, they become Buddhas. It is a great joy to teach the creatures. The Buddha has passed only 40 years since enlightenment. He has guided countless bodhisattvas reformed. The merits of my enlightenment from the past, hearing the law once, my mind opened. Bodhisattvas who remain untainted are like lotuses untouched by water, who leads all beings to happiness. Wise and courageous bodhisattvas are now ours. Across countless immeasurable worlds, Buddha attained enlightenment and teaches. I've brought endless worlds and being to full ripeness. Buddha's lifetime will be eternal in the future. Buddha's wisdom illuminates all darkness and sees the universe's reality as it truly is. Leaving behind interest, gain and loss is real life. Being free from hate and curses is the Buddha mind. Though the lifetime of Tathagata is endless, great aim to show the Buddha's extinction is to conceited and lazy creatures, the skillful compassion to lead the Buddha world. When sons are dying from poison, like a physician healing with a great remedy, beings are deluded and caught in rebirth. Buddha teaches and guides them. Our Buddha is eternal in this Saha world. He is like a kind and gentle father. When suffering beings miss him, the Buddha appears and preaches the law. Creatures trapped in 3 evils cannot escape countless karmas. One by one, actions leading to Buddha's way are meditation, prayer, and true Buddha works. The minds of beings depend on their thoughts. If you keep the eternal Buddha in mind and illuminate with Buddha's wisdom, I also become a Tathagata and save all beings. Since you believe in Buddha's eternal life, creatures are freed from delusion. Severe torment, illness, and obstacles are destroyed by a faithful mind. When you spread the teaching of Buddha, you purely without compensation and spread the law 4, 3, 2, 1 birth. Then definitely you reach supreme enlightenment. Under the protection of the eternal Buddha, all beings are countless as dust particles. When the Buddha preaches the true law, creatures' merits are vast as space. Those who believe in Buddha's immortal life reach Buddha's wisdom and eternal life. Buddha has given us infinite life and shared the law to save future beings. Creatures practicing the lotus of the true law gain infinite merits of 6 perfections. The Buddha life is full in a great universe. All living beings become Buddhas and are eternal. One who joyfully hears the true law and shares this teaching with others. If this chain reaches 50 people, the merit received is immeasurable. Explaining this Lotus Sutra one by one, people shed tears of joy and expound the law from 1st to 50th. All living beings delight in joy. One who goes to a temple to hear the true law will receive boundless merit. They leave behind a dark and ignorant mind and be reborn in heavenly palaces. When someone comes to hear the law preach, one who shares their seat with them gains merit equal to heavenly beings and achieves supreme, perfect enlightenment. Let's go to the temple and listen the Lotus Sutra. Whoever encourages others like this has merit that infinite and inconceivable. All minds are purified and freed. One who teaches the true law resembles Buddha. Buddha's wisdom illuminates their mind. A charitable light shines from their face, deeply moving countless beings who hear the law. One who first hears the true law and rejoices, awakens to immortal life and understands it. To spread this law throughout the world, one must read, write, preach, and recite it. Then first, the eyes become clear and clean. He can see down to hell and up to heaven. He can see the creatures in the entire universe without hindrance through physical eyes. Second, the ears become clear and clean. He hears the differences of creatures and Buddha, and all sounds of the whole universe clearly. He can hear the rebirth of parents with clean ears. Third, the nose becomes clear and clean. He smells all the scents in the entire universe. Scents of disciples, Pratyekya Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and the fragrances of Buddhas. Fourth, the tongue's qualities are boundless. He changes all flavors into nectar. The pure tongue preaches the true law, like life-giving water saving all beings. Fifth, good qualities of the body are pure. It will be pleasant to see for the creatures. Sixth, good qualities of the mind are infinite. Pure teaching of what I spoke is Buddha's wisdom. The preacher of 5 practices expounding the law, even though you abuse, insult, and reproach him, he says with utmost devotion, respect and esteem for only you. When beings are deluded and blame the world, a Mahayana Bodhisattva appears and says, "You are all sacred and excellent. You are future Buddhas, so I bow to you." If they try to strike with roof tiles and sticks, Sadapariputta smiles from afar and exclaims, "I like you and love you all. You will all become Buddhas." Shakyamuni Buddha praises the Sadapariputta. Despite harsh pressure and splendor, you endure, teaching persecutors with great compassion. This is the merit of purely preaching the Lotus Sutra. Mahasdhamma Prapta, what do you think? One who long preached the lotus in past lives, serving countless Buddhas over time. The great Bodhisattva Sadapariputta was I. Bodhisattvas, hear my words. Have pity on beings in the 5 corruptions. Preach the Lotus Sutra and spread it wide. This alone saves the world and all beings. Buddha of all worlds preached the Lotus Sutra, through countless lives passing it down to us. We hear, recite, explain, copy, and revere it, vowing to practice the lotus eternally. Shakyamuni stretched out his tongues till Brahma. His whole body radiates, illuminating the world. All those Buddhas produced the same magic, filling all directions with great radiance. The world-honored one and all Buddhas vow, for beings suffering in darkness, will preach the Dharma with unwavering minds, guiding all sentient beings without exception. A great voice from the sky declared, "In the Saha world, Shakyamuni dwells. Worship, pray, and follow him. You will achieve Sukhakara in the Saha world." All bodhisattvas moved, joined hands in respect. We take refuge in Shakyamuni Buddha. Heavenly gods showered flowers in blessing. Trees and plants danced with joy. Erect stupas where the Lotus Sutra is preached. For this very place is a Buddhist sanctuary. Here all Buddhas gained wisdom and preached, taught beings, and entered nirvana. All bodhisattvas hearing the Lotus Sutra are like those in darkness meeting sun and moon. I entrust this Lotus Sutra to you. Save those groaning and suffering. Buddha tells the bodhisattvas of their destiny, to help creatures suffering from ignorance. He appeared in this world with great compassion. Let them hear and know the Buddha's wisdom. As you learn this law with me, do not be stingy and petty. Saving beings is the Buddha's purpose. Please give everything without leaving anything behind. In future worlds, if good men and women wish to believe in the Buddha's wisdom, spread the Lotus Sutra for endless eons. The creatures hear, know, and become Buddhas. To kindly preach the lotus of the true law is the way to repay the Buddha's great kindness. For those who don't believe in Buddha's teachings, guide them with great compassion. Let the Buddha be at peace. We will fulfill all Buddha's commands. To all Bodhisattvas, Prabhutaratna, and Buddhas, we wish them return peacefully to their abodes. Bodhisattva by Shajaraja gently speaks. The power that taught beings in the Saha world, through countless difficulties, is the power of endurance and practice. With clear minds free from hate and curses, purify evil worlds with kind actions. Offering one's body in sweat and blood to save others is the supreme offering of all bodhisattvas. For the sake of beings, we cannot rest a moment. The light of the bodhisattva path dispels darkness. Widely spread the Buddha's teachings and relics, erecting thousands of stupas in offering. Beings and Sarvasatra Priyadarshana are excellent. Enshrining Buddha's relics in a jeweled case, build 84,000 stupas and devoting himself in worship and offerings. Free from worldly desires, with hands joined until they fall, read, write, and teach the lotus of the true law, leading all beings to Buddha's wisdom. Whoever wishes to attain a Buddha's body, devote your body and mind with all sincerity. Build and worship Buddha relic stupas, and you'll realize eternal life and Buddha's wisdom. In the heaven, Gadgadasvara vows to, I'll descend to the Saha world to see the Buddha, make offerings, pay homage, and gain wisdom, to purify and cleanse this defiled world. The Saha world is full of suffering and delusion, though it's difficult to purify, because it's where Shakyamuni Buddha dwells. Consider it beautiful and excellent. Gadgadasvara descends to Gritrakuta mountain, greets Shakyamuni and Prabhutaratna, emitting brilliant light from his entire body, delighting all bodhisattvas in the Saha world. Gadgadasvara gained transcendent powers through worship of 100,000 musical tools and virtues of 84,000 vessels. Thus, he can transform his body to help all beings. Wherever creatures dwell in heaven or on earth, when hell beings, pretas, asuras, and beasts suffer, under the Shamana Grihapati, men and women, he preaches the true law and save all beings. Gadgadasvara attained profound meditation, revealing transformed bodies to all creatures. All 84,000 bodhisattvas and countless bodhisattvas of Saha attained samadhi. When you are suffering in this world, if you call out the name of Avalokiteshvara with single-minded devotion, Avalokiteshvara with the transcendent powers hears the voice and saves you from suffering. If you call to Avalokiteshvara sincerely, you'll gain their great wisdom and practice their great compassion. Thus you'll be saved from impending death, when threatened with sticks, spears, and swords, or bound and tortured by enemies. If you loudly call Avalokiteshvara's name, you'll be swiftly freed from all these sufferings. If you wish for a son with courage and wisdom, or a daughter beautiful and blessed, revere and worship Avalokiteshvara, and all your wishes will surely be fulfilled. Countless beings need to be saved, and Avalokiteshvara's work is endless. Because creatures have different wishes, Avalokiteshvara manifests in various forms. Avalokiteshvara's great vow is vast as the ocean. In all dangers and deadly sufferings, with his great transcendent powers, delivers and saves us all without exception. The Buddha told by Shajaraja, honor, read, and recite the true law. Continue to preach, write, and practice it. Its merits and virtues are boundless. Bodhisattva by Shajaraja bowed to the Buddha and said, those who practice and preach the Lotus Sutra are preaching on behalf of the Buddha. So I'll protect them by chanting great Dharanis. Dharanis are the Buddha's mystic powers. Whoever chants them gains wisdom. Many preachers believe in Dharani. To hinder or harm them is a sinful act. Bodhisattva Pradhanashura speaks to the Buddha. There are many who preach the Lotus Sutra, If people blame or attack these preachers, I'll destroy them by chanting Dharani's out loud. The kings in the 33 heavens vow. There are many who practice the Lotus Sutra. If people envy, tempt, or try to destroy them, we'll repel them with mystic Dharanis. Rakshasas and Hariti hear the preaching. One who keeps, reads, and recites the true law. If others hinder or criticize him, their heads shall split into piece by Dharanis. Long ago there was a king named Shubhabuha, and his queen, the Bodhisattva Vimaladhara. They had 2 sons with magical powers and wisdom, named Vimalagarbha and Vimalanetra. The sons asked their mother to listen to the Lotus Sutra. Your father favors the Brahmins. You should use your mystic powers to guide your father to the Buddha's law. Meeting a Buddha is very rare, they said. We earnestly wish to renounce the world. Their mother joyfully gave permission. The 2 princes danced with delight. King Shubhavyuha, having seen the Buddha, was deeply moved hearing the Lotus Sutra. The Buddha gave him the prediction, saying, "In your next life you shall become a Buddha." The royal couple and their 2 sons renounced the world. Diligently practicing the Lotus Sutra, the 2 sons became excellent spiritual guides, transforming their bodies to lead deluded beings. The Buddha's great kindness is magnificent. The Lotus Sutra's inconceivable, subtle merit gives new birth to deluded beings. We'll diligently copy and recite it. Firmly believing in the Buddha's protection, doing good deeds in daily life, attending Dharma assemblies with right faith, we arouse the mind to save all beings. In this defiled age of the 5 impurities, we'll preserve and protect Lotus Sutra practitioners, even when persecutors seek opportunities to harm. Samantavadara, riding a white elephant, will guide them. Those who preach and copy the Lotus Sutra practice diligently with one mind for 21 days. Samantavadra, with Dharani's mystic power, will protect them from troubles and distress. Those who uphold, recite, and remember rightly the Lotus Sutra and preach it to others, who vow to save the world and all beings, they are practicing Samantapadra's conduct. Those who practice and cultivate the Lotus Sutra will receive the Buddha's great blessings. The evil world will be purified into a Buddha land, and all deluded beings will become Buddhas without exception. The drum resounds announcing the Dharma assembly. The conch shell echoes, conveying the Sharman. The Dharma rain falls evenly, saving all life. So bow in reverence when you see a Lotus Sutra practitioner. Namo Ratnatrayaya, Namaryabhalokiteshvaraya, Bodhisattvaha Mahasattvaha Mahakarunikaya. Om Sarvabhayesh Tranakaraya, Tasmai Namas Kritva Imam Aryabhalokiteshvarastabam. Nilakanta Nama Hridayam Bharataishami. Sarvartha Sadanam Shubhamajayam, Sarvabhutanam Babamarga Bishodakam. Tariyata Umaloke, Alokamati Lokakrante, Hey Hare. Mahabodhisattva Smara Smara Hridayam. Kuru Kuru Karma Sadaya Sadaya. Duru Duru Bijayante Mahabijayante Daradara. Daranim Dareshvara Chala Chala. Mala Bimala Mala Murte Eh. Lokeshvara Laga Bisham Binashaya. Dibesha Bisham Binashaya Muhajala Bisham Binashaya. Hulu Hulu Mala Hulu Hare Padmanabha. Sara Sara Shiri Shiri Suru Suru Budiya Budiya Bodaya Bodaya. Maitreya Nilakanta Kamasha Darshanam Prahladaya Manasvaha. Shidaya Svaha Mahashidaya Svaha. Shidayogeshvaraya Svaha. Varahamukha Singhamukaya Svaha. Padmahastaya Svaha. Chakrayudaya Svaha. Shankha Shavda Nibodanaya Svaha. Maharakutadaraya Svaha. Vamaskandadesha stita Krishna Jinaya Svaha. Vyagra Charama Nivasanaya Svaha. Namo Latnatrayaya Nama Aryavalokiteshvara Svaha. Namo Latnatrayaya Nama Aryavalokiteshvara Svaha. Namo Latnatrayaya Nama Aryavalokiteshvara Svaha. Namo Latnatrayaya Nama Aryavalokiteshvaraya Bodhisattvaha Mahasattvaha Mahakarunikaya. Om Sarvapayesh Tiranakaraya Tasmai Namas Kritpa Imam Aryavalokiteshvarastabam. Nilakanta Nama Hridayam Bharataishami. Sarvartha Sadanam Shubhamajayam Sarvabhutanam Babamarga Bishodakam. Tariyata Umaloke Alokamati Lokakrante Hey Hare. Mahabodhisattva Smara Smara Hridayam. Kuru Kuru Karma Sadaya Sadaya. Duru Bijayante Mahabijayante Daradara. Daranim Dareshvara Chala Chala. Mala Bimala Mala Murte Lokeshvara Laga Bisham Binashaya. Dibesha Bisham Binashaya Muhajala Bisham Binashaya. Hulu Hulu Mala Hulu Hare Padmanabha. Sara Sara Shiri Shiri Suru Suru Buddhiya Buddhiya Bodhaya Bodhaya. Maitreya Nilakanta Kamasha Darshanam Prahladaya Manasvaha. Shitaya Svaha Mahashitaya Svaha. Shitayogeshvaraya Svaha. Varahamukha Singhamukaya Svaha. Padmahastaya Svaha. Chakrayudaya Svaha. Shankha Shavda Nibudanaya Svaha. Maharakutadaraya Svaha. Vamaskandadesha Stita Krishna Jinaya Svaha. Vyagra Charama Nivasanaya Svaha. Namo Latnatrayaya Nama Aryavalokiteshvara Svaha. Namo Latnatrayaya Nama Aryavalokiteshvara Svaha. Namo Latnatrayaya Nama Aryavalokiteshvara Svaha. Anye Manye Mane Mamane. Kite Karite Same Samitavi. Shante Mukte Muktatame Same Abhishame Shame Same Gaye. Kshaye Akshne Shante Sanidarani Alokabashe Tratyabhe Kshani. Nidini Abhyantarabishi Shute Uktule Mutkule Asade Parade. Shukankshi Asamasame Buttabilokite Paramapallikshite. Sanganirgoshani Nirgoshani Baya Baya Shodani. Mantra Mantra Kushayate. Rutaka Ushaliye Akshaye Akshabanataya Bakule Baloda Amanyataya Svaha. Zvale Mahazvale Uke Tuke Muke Ade Adebati. Nirtiye Nirtyabati Itini Pitini Chitini Nirtiyani Nirtiyakati Svaha. Ate Nate Nate Banate Anada Nadi Kunadi Svaha. Igane Gane Gauri Gandari Chandali Matangi Pukashi Sankule Brusali Sisi Svaha. Itme 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 Itme. Nime 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 Nime. Luhe 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 Luhe. Stuhe 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 Shuhe Svaha. Adande Dandapati Dandabartani Dandakushale Dandastari Stari. Siddharapati Buddha Pashane. Sarbadarani Abartani Sambartani. Shanga Parishite Shanga Parikshani Dharma Parikshite. Sarva Sattva Lutakao Shalanugate. Singhabi Kridite. Anuvarte Bhartani Bhartali Svaha. With a devoted heart, I take refuge in the Buddha, the holy Dharma king of the entire universe, and the compassionate parent of all living beings. To our teacher, Shakyamuni Buddha, we offer our sincere and wholehearted devotion. With a devoted heart, I take refuge in the Buddha, to the Buddha of great compassion and great mercy. who is always existing, filling the entire Dharma realm of the universe. We offer our sincere and wholehearted devotion. With a devoted heart, I take refuge in the Buddha, to the absolute truth, the teachings for becoming a Buddha, who is always existing, filling the entire Dharma realm of the universe. We offer our sincere and wholehearted devotion. With a devoted heart, I take refuge in the Buddha, to Manjushri Bodhisattva of great wisdom, to Samantavajra Bodhisattva of great practice, to Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva of great compassion, to Kusitigarva Bodhisattva of great vows. We offer our sincere and wholehearted devotion. With a devoted heart, I take refuge in the Buddha. To the disciples who received the Buddha's prediction of enlightenment at the Gritrakuta mountain Dharma assembly. To the 10 great disciples, 16 arhats and 500 arhats. To the 1200 arhats who practice pure cultivation. To the compassionate sages who eternally save living beings. We offer our sincere and wholehearted devotion. With a devoted heart, I take refuge in the Buddha. To the wise teachers, all patriarchs, writers, masters, and sages, who transmitted the enlightened truth from India to all over the world, we offer our sincere and wholehearted devotion. With a devoted heart, I take refuge in the Buddha. To the Shangha jewel, always existing, filling the entire Dharma realm of the universe, who practice pure cultivation and offer, compensate salvation. We offer our sincere and wholehearted devotion. We humbly pray, O boundless 3 jewels, please accept this offering with great compassion, and save us with your vast and wide-reaching blessings. We sincerely wish that all living beings in the universe's Dharma realm may together at the same time attain enlightenment. 나무 3개 도사 사상 자부 시아 본사 석가모니부 석가모니부 사타라 분다리게 아발로키테시바라. We humbly pray that the merit of today's prayer and offering may spread widely throughout the world, so that all people and all living beings may together attain enlightenment. Compassionate Buddha, devotees in the world, numbering 1 million, respectfully enshrine the relics of Buddha and offer the repentance prayer for 108 days. May you bless the Republic of Korea with prosperity, eliminate the war and the disease from this land, and bring about the global peace and the happiness of humanity. Bapa Buddhist practitioners earnestly pray with joined hands to the sacred Buddha. Bapa Buddhist practitioners earnestly pray with joined hands to the sacred Buddha. May you proliferate widely throughout the world the movement of spreading and transcribing the Lotus Sutra of the Buddha, which is the essence of enlightenment and the embodiment of truth. May you make every home a sanctuary of happiness with your blessings. May all those who transcribe the Lotus Sutra of the Buddha along with their family extinguish past, present, and future karma, attain enlightenment, and become true workers who serve others and the world. May the virtuous deeds of Bapa Buddhist practitioners in the world, who practice with utmost sincerity, great determination, and dedication to the Buddhist teaching, be like refreshing water to those who thirst. May each of us become warm fire for those shivering in the cold, provider of good food for the poor and hungry, cozy clothes for those in need, compassionate parent for orphans, filial child for those without offspring, excellent healer for the sick, guiding light for the lost, wise leader for the nation and the people. The sacred power of the Lotus Sutra of the Buddha is capable of saving all beings, alleviating all sufferings, healing all illnesses, making free from the cycle of birth and death, and fulfilling all desires. We, as Bapa Buddhist practitioners, will earnestly undertake the task assigned by the Buddha Shakyamuni. We will deeply embrace, read, transcribe, memorize, explain, and wisely share the Lotus Sutra of the Buddha with all people. I will always practice genuine harmony by merciful heart and noble conduct, with being humble and truthful. I pledge to become true Buddhist practitioner for the dignity, the freedom, and the peace of all people, all beings, and the world. O my Buddha who reveals, opens, and transforms our destinies. Today I will become a compassionate new person. Today I will wake up truthfully. Today I will be born anew. Today I will regenerate myself. Today I will be genuinely reborn. Today I will attain enlightenment moment by moment. In order to become true worker of the Buddha and messenger of enlightenment, I will surely eliminate ignorance, arrogance, and self-pride. I will kill off greed, lust, and vileness within myself. I will personally extinguish feelings of contempt and disdain. I commit myself to eradicate impure thoughts, base action, and harmful words. As practitioner of the Great Lotus Sutra of the Buddha, I will strive to cultivate the hazy world for the pure Buddhist land and to guide deluded individuals to the path of enlightenment. I commit myself to be a true friend to all, leading them towards truth. I pledge to be a genuine friend to all living beings, always embodying the qualities of truth and the forgiveness. The fivefold practice of the Lotus Sutra of the Buddha is our entire life and all our possessions. Today we, true worldwide workers of the Buddha, will begin our work for enlightenment of the humanity and the world. We will bring the Lotus Sutra of the Buddha to the places afflicted by poverty and disease, transforming impure and hazy energies into purity. To the places afflicted by conflicts and wars, we will bring the Lotus Sutra of the Buddha, expelling hatreds and curses, and cultivating reconciliation and peace. Even if we were to fall victims to illness or gunfire, we would sow and throw the teachings of the Lotus Sutra of the Buddha for the world peace and the happiness of humanity, dedicating unwaveringly our lives to the practices of the Buddha's guidance. We, messengers of enlightenment and Buddhist practitioners, are carrying the torch of salvation and enlightenment, entering into the hearts of people in the world. Our journey is guided by the power of the Buddha, the divine influence of the Buddha, and the virtues and wisdom of the Buddha. In each world into which we are born, we will unwaveringly practice to achieve pure Buddhist land filled with the light of compassion. With joined hands, I bow to the sacred Buddha. With my life, I repent before the great Buddha. With wholehearted sincerity, I make vows to the compassionate Buddha. Together, all Buddhist practitioners in the world make collective vow. Life grows in the light. Human beings have progressed from bright ideas. Since our true nature is a bright life, look at the glorious morning sun ripening through the darkness and rising. There is an overflowing energy, a refreshing freedom without restraint. It brightens and nurtures everyone, warmly embracing all with generosity. Let's make this year a wise life that never gets angry, does not get depressed, does not hesitate, smiles brightly, and turn toward hope. There's good luck where the light is headed. Success is coming. How many times have you praised others today? How many times have we spoken of others' fault today? When I praise, the sun shines around me, and when I slander, the darkness wraps around me. Heaven opens to praise, thrones congeal to slander. The mouth is the door that speaks truth and light. Let us always speak with praise and joy. Cheerfulness is light and depression is darkness. Cheerfulness and depression do not coexist. When you get cheerful, your depression goes away. When you get cheerful, your depression goes away. Let's be cheerful. Let us leave with a big laughter. Let's laugh when we get depressed. Health and good fortune come when the mind is bright. Some of people are brightly lit with words, facial expressions, and gestures. Such a man is welcome wherever he goes. Even if not invited, you are welcomed by everyone like winter sunshine. Even those who are invited, those who are dark in heart will someday hate people, because people don't like to be depressed. Luck follows those who are bright, and bad luck follows those who are dark. When I thought I was unlucky, I found an unfortunate thing. Therefore, you should never look worried or angry. Thoughts are like a sculptor working on a people's face. If you hate a person, it shows wrinkles. And if you grieve, it draws sadness on your face. Warm compassion shows a bodhisattva, and when worried, it makes the appearance dark. When one's appearance is dark, one's dark fate comes. I will shake off all my worries and think about bright happiness. A peaceful, satisfied expression and a hopeful smile show eternal youth and beauty in that person. No matter how dark the clouds are covered, the sun pours out its brilliant light. No matter what hardships and anxieties are pushed, we cannot stop our hopes and our progress. For those who see clouds as a wall, the path is blocked. For those who tremble in fear of clouds, misfortune comes. Hardship and misfortunes appear like moving film images, then disappear. They are just shadows. Don't be afraid. Don't be swayed. Let's move forward. Let's add hope and courage and ourselves and dream of success. The life of eternity, the Sun of Truth, is now beating our hearts and waiting for our determination every moment. It is our heart that is as good as the original full moon, but it is a cloud of emotion that blocks it. It is our delusion that made us unhappy in our original happy life. Resentment, jealousy, envy, anger, vengeance, sadness, desires, lonely thoughts, or heavy guilt. These blur out bright minds. Unhappiness and illness arise from a cloudy mind and a dark heart. Therefore, we must always be bright, clear-minded, and never hate or blame others. If you have a dark delusion, shake it off, and if you have a bad heart, you must repent and clear it. Confession is the best medicine to purify one's mind. Do not wish for a body without illness. Without illness, greed is more likely to arise. That's why the Buddha said, take sickness as medicine. Do not wish for a life free from difficulties. Without life challenges, a mind of disdain and indulgence may arise. Thus the Buddha said, live in the world with worries and difficulties. Do not wish for a lack of demons in your practice. Without obstacles in practice, your vows cannot be firmly established. Thus the Buddha said, regard demons as friends who assist in your practice. When seeking to accomplish tasks, do not wish for them to be easy. If things come easily, it may lead to reckless intentions. Thus the Buddha said, endure various difficulties in order to accomplish tasks. When making friends, do not seek only personal gain. Seeking personal gain may compromise righteousness. Thus the Buddha said, cultivate long-lasting friendships through purity. Do not wish for others to obey your will. If others obey your will, it may lead to arrogance. Thus the Buddha said, regard those who do not conform to your will as your neighbors. Do not expect anything in return when practicing virtue. Expectation may lead to desire for pursuit. Thus the Buddha said, offer the act of bestowing virtues as sacrificial devotion. Do not excessively seek profit. excessive profit may breed foolishness. Thus the Buddha said, become rich through small profits. Do not try to justify unfairness. Trying to justify unfairness may foster feelings of resentment. Thus the Buddha said, take being wronged as the path to resolve. It is in obstacles where one finds clarity, and in seeking clarity where obstacles arise. Therefore the Buddha attained enlightenment amidst obstacles. Do not think that vows will all be fulfilled. Just as trees bloom and wither along with the changing seasons, observe them according to their nature, Buddha said. The Buddha said that not following the path of truth through actions, speech, and thoughts, whether good or bad, is considered as tenfold evil deeds. Holy Buddha, once again grant this earth your sacred name. With the light of peace and the hands of compassion, bestow the eternal dews of life upon the whole world. Remove the veil of disease and war, and let the flowers of love bloom sacredly, and give life to enlightenment to the dark heart. May the light of wisdom and the grace of compassion to be born as the great Buddha of peace in every nation, allowing all humanity to respectfully awaken with open love through the teaching of enlightenment. Open wide the door of greed, allowing communication through love and generosity, helping and praising one another. May the newly rising sun of enlightenment blossom rich peace and beautiful happiness. Give me the sweetness of nectar where I suffer from poverty and disease, and let all nightmares disappear from the despair of death by war and civil war. With the light of peace, save humanity from danger. Guide us to a world of prosperity, sacredness, and free enlightenment. Allow us to dig a wellspring of peace and sow the seeds of happiness. O honored one in this world, all of humanity is eagerly await your new emergence, as the great Buddha of peace come to every home to save mankind and save the world. Great Buddha of enlightenment, let the Lotus Sutra, your immortal teaching, bloom fully across the land. Let the Lotus Sutra, your immortal teaching, there the brilliant light of peace shines. Compassionate love acts, and eternal, deathless enlightenment is active. May reading and writing the Lotus Sutra in all parts of the world allow people to forget the sorrows of poverty, disease, and war. Purify and revive this polluted and destroyed earth. Compassionate Buddha of peace, infinite giver, let our spirit awaken clear, and let our soul shine bright. Here, in order to regain and inherit the spiritual culture of Goguryeo Silla Baekje, and Goryeo in the ruins of Guryongsa Temple in the millennium of the Republic of Korea, 1 million Buddhist monks gathered to read and write Lotus Sutra and build 1,000 Buddhist stupa. Now they make a vow to erect the great Buddha of peace, raising high the torch of wisdom to illuminate this dark world. Let us see the blind in greed. Let us hear the deaf in foolishness. Play loudly in your merciful hands the trumpet of world peace and human happiness, and give us a new life of eternal happiness in a dark place unhappily crushed and alienated by desire. In the name of disordered science, the heart of the earth has been destroyed, the universe has been polluted, and mankind is suffering with arrogant knowledge. Let the lotus bloom of love and bring down the sweetness of life to forget all sorrows. Let the performance movement of reading, writing, and conveying the Lotus Sutra be played with fresh music. Let it emerge in the form of beautiful you. Let harmony and rhythm harmonize and create a world that communicates with mercy and love and coexist. In order to be a peaceful world for human happiness, everyone is gathering a small sincerity and building a 123-meter Great Buddha of Peace in Korea. May your grace and blessings always be with us. Come to the minds of all humanity with compassion and love. Practice the true truth and allow everyone to attain enlightenment. I surrender myself to the sacred Buddha. Once in Asia's golden age, a shining lamp, one of many, Korea, Republic of Korea. On the day when that lamp of wisdom lights again, you will become a bright light for the world, where there is no fear in the heart, and the enlightenment of truth springs forth, where love and peace are free, and knowledge and thought lead to enlightenment, where kindness and generosity bloom, where words of enlightenment arise from the depths of truth, where constant effort extends its arm towards perfection. Korea, where the clear flow of intellect leads to enlightenment, where world peace, human happiness, and equality of all things resound as words of truth and sounds of life, transcending eternal time and space. O Republic of Korea, where the lamp of clear thoughts and bright love shines, where our hearts are led to enlightenment and the land blooms as a heaven of freedom, where clear spirits embrace all, Korea, shining with one happiness, one peace. O Republic of Korea, may that lamp shines brilliantly. I vow to save living beings without limit. I vow to eradicate delusions without end. I vow to learn Dharma without measure. I vow to realize the Buddha way.